Hello everyone! Today we're here with another quiz episode and we're gonna see how much these two morons know about the loss of proteostasis. How much is that?
Well...
nothing. Okay, cool. Let's go. So today's quiz is made by Cecilia, who we interviewed about the loss of proteostasis in our previous video. Link somewhere up there. And right, so we have 4 questions for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And rules are as follows. Since there's 4 questions and I want to maybe have one of you win, possibly, hopefully.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so the last question will have 2 points instead of 1.
Okay.
And since we don't have buzzers, you're gonna fight for the orange. That is not an orange.
It's a juggling ball.
Yeah, point remains. When you want to answer,
Right.
grab the ball.
Right.
Okay.
Don't hit the table.
No, right.
No,
and
absolutely.
once we get the ball, we have to answer straight away, right?
Yeah, I will count down 3 seconds.
3
If you
seconds.
don't answer, too bad, the answer goes to the other one. And
All
starts to be you.
ready.
Fair
Let's
enough.
do this.
Okay,
How embarrassing is it going to be for me?
very.
We're gonna find out.
Looking forward.
Okay, ready
Right.
to get fired,
on,
Giuliano?
I'm
Yes.
Nice. Why do proteins need to be degraded? A. Because there are new proteins constantly being produced. Or B. Because the amount of proteins in a cell needs to be tightly regulated. C. To keep the degradation machinery in shape. Or D. Because cells need to reutilize old proteins to make new proteins. Okay? 3,
All right.
2,
I think
1.
I think that I am saying.
2, done. You need to just say the...
Why do you have to say I think? Just say A, B, C, D.
Yeah, it goes to
Too
Giuliano.
many answers.
No.
Anyway, my answer was B. Can I lay out my reasoning at least?
Well, after. It was an easy rule. Just say B. And then you reason it.
My answer is B. And
There you
the
go.
reason
Is it wrong or right?
Can I explain my reasoning?
Okay, yeah, explain your reasoning first.
That's something that Cecilia said in her interview, that it's important to for the maintenance for keeping proteostasis going. You need to, keep the proteins, have a certain shape and have produced them in a certain amount and get rid of the broken ones. So I would say that's probably the reason. B.
B is correct, and you do get a point,
Yes!
but you're on thin, flipping ice.
Say the answer and then reason
Don't say
it.
I think.
The rule was easy.
Whatever.
3 seconds.
Fine,
Okay, so Nicola's
fine.
already breaking rules, and we're having a great old time.
Just for
Nitpickers.
the sake of my reputation, I also knew this. I was just like...
Of course you did,
Sure
dear.
you did.
Nitpickers.
Okay. What ensures that proteins are properly folded and maintained? A. The degradation machinery, specifically the proteasome, whatever, however you pronounce it.
Protosome, yeah.
Yes.
That. B. Cellular lipids, which do not need to be folded and maintain themselves. C. A family of proteins called chaperones, hence the name. Or D. Nothing. That is why loss of proteostasis occurs. Okay, 3,
C.
2. Okay, reasoning?
C. I know.
Oh, whoa, that's deep.
Because I know it. I think so. No, because if I get... No, listen. If I just answer like, because I know it, and then it's wrong, then... Okay, the reasoning is because according to my memories of, when I was studying biology, chaperones were the ones
Whoa, I cannot argue
helping
on that
out the
one.
folding of the proteins.
C is correct.
Oh, thank God.
I just know it.
Sorry.
Wow. If loss of proteostasis naturally occurs in aging, how come only some people develop a related age-related disease? A. Because people who eat fruits and vegetables every day have strengthened their bodies against aging. B. because proteostasis only increases the likelihood of developing an age-related disease. C, because other cellular mechanisms compensate for the loss of proteostasis. Or D, because there are many other hallmarks of aging that are more relevant to the loss of proteostasis in the development of age-related diseases. Okay, Nicola?
B.
3. Okay?
My answer is B, and I think it's because, this is another thing that came up in the interview. Loss of proteostasis increases your chances of developing something, but there are other factors that need to happen as well for it to for you to develop some kind of disease. So I think that's why.
Correctamundo!
Yay!
In high school, were you
done.
one of the annoying one who would always answer the teacher's questions?
No, but I was annoying anyway.
Okay.
Fair.
Sure. Well,
That was kind of sad, though. Points are as follows. Nicola has 2.
Right.
Giuliano
And I
has
have
1.
one.
But you
Okay.
both have a chance at winning.
Okay.
Because the last question is 2 points.
Right.
right.
Ready?
Do your best.
Okay.
When is the earliest that protein aggregation can be detected in the human brain?
Yesterday.
This sounds promising.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is gonna be okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
A,
Uh-huh.
never, because it is not possible to visualize protein aggregation in living humans. B, normally soon after the patient is diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease. C, in individuals who have a family history of neurodegenerative diseases and are 50 years old. Or D, in healthy individuals that are around 40 years old.
I would have a question about the question.
Are we allowed to have questions about the question?
As the judge, I said no.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. That's fair.
You can do it.
I'm just gonna say
Okay, Nicola.
that
3.
I'm gonna risk it. It's
2.
B again.
Okay, and why?
Okay, my reasoning is that I would think that answer A is kind of weird compared when you think about the question, because the question says when it can be detected in the human brain, whereas answer A says that you can't see it in living humans. But the question is not asking whether it's in living humans or during an autopsy or something like that. So I think it's kind of weird just because of that. So it might have been just put there. That's my reasoning. C and D, well, D might be, but I just don't like it. And C, I don't...
You don't get to choose the answer, by the way.
I do already
No.
did.
No, I don't think you get to change that. That's what I meant.
I'm not changing it. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why if you are diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease, what doesn't matter what your age is. So
B.
yeah, I would say that. I hope. Great.
Not correct.
Thank me. I just increased your chances of winning.
Okay, Giuliano.
Do I get to?
Yeah, you get to answer.
Well, I don't have the 3 seconds because I
You
didn't get
don't.
the
You
ball.
don't have the 3 seconds now.
Yeah.
That's the plus side of.
No, I will. For the sake of the video, I will try to be as fast as possible. Okay, so not B. I'm not giving the answer, but because I have free time, I'll say I'm going for A. Not yet, but because individuals who have family history. Because in individuals.
Does that mean?
What did I say?
I'm going for A, but not yet.
because
Suspense.
The C doesn't answer a when, answers a where or in which cases. So just grammar.
It does say 50 years old. That's a when right there.
It's true. In healthy individuals around 40 years old. I think that's so specific for biology. You know what? A.
A.
Yes.
Locking it.
Yes.
Thanks! Thanks for wasting the chance I gave you. Thanks.
Okay, and the right answer was actually D. in healthy individuals at around 40 years old.
Alright.
You guys suck.
Nicola wins.
Actually makes a lot of sense based on what she said in her interview. If this happens, not necessarily leading to pathology, so you can see it even though nothing is going wrong.
I just thought 40 years old was too specific for biology, you know.
What about 50? That's less.
No, an age, a specific age, I thought, you know.
It does say around.
Oh, no.
Point is, I was right. These two are morons. They know almost nothing. Hey, come on. You won because...
I knew like 2 out of 2, 3, 2,
4.
2 out of
4, yes. 2 out of 3, 4. How many? No, how many did I get right?
2.
2.
Out of 4.
50%?
Yeah, but come on. Come on. Okay, so I was right. These two are morons. They know nothing about loss of proteostasis.
Thanks.
I thought I did.
I hope,
We're going
I
to
think
become a negative
a lot
meme.
of you, if you actually saw the interview, you might have gotten better answers than these two.
Well, technically, I wasn't there.
You were right.
You were
I wasn't.
watching.
You were
I wasn't.
He was on the other
If
side of the
anyone,
camera.
you couldn't see me. I wasn't there.
But anyway, if you did actually get the answers correct, comment down below and tell us.
Let us
and
know, yeah.
Also just tell these guys why they're stupid. I already do constantly, but you know.
You don't have to. Well, we don't want to trouble you that much.
Okay.
But yeah, comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button,
Usual stuff.
which actually reminds us once
Yes.
again, we are actually moving X10 to a different channel, our own channel. We will be talking about it in future videos as well, but you know, stay tuned on more information on that.
Yeah, we'll let you know the new address as soon as we know what the new address is. And thank once more to Cecilia for being with us during the interview, the previous episode, for writing the questions of this episode. And last but not least, let's thank the Lifespan heroes who allow us to be here on camera and be ridiculous and show how little we know about proteostasis, but also do other things like blogs and conferences and stuff and more episodes and more stuff. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.